And unrest boiling over in the Middle East as a militant group continues to lay siege on Iraq, and officials there are asking for U.S. military help.
Now, the president is considering the options, but Republicans are blasting him for what they see as a reluctant approach. Chief political correspondent Glenn Mills is live in the newsroom with a reaction from a Utah congressional member.
Iraq is more than 6,000 miles away, but what happens there, you guys, has an impact on American interests, even on daily life right here in Utah. Representative Chris Stewart believes the stage was set for this crisis a couple of years ago when we pulled out of Iraq. 2 weeks ago, most of us didn't know of ISIS. We do now. The group is on a vicious rampage, overtaking Iraqi cities. So extreme that even Al-Qaeda is disavowing the group.
Dark, evil forces who have no respect at all for human rights, for women's rights, for religious rights, for minority rights. When they gain more and more power, then all of us eventually will pay a price for that.
That's why Representative Chris Stewart of Utah's 2nd Congressional District is one of many Republicans calling on President Obama to step up.
I hope that he'll be more aggressive and more proactive in exerting American leadership in a very, very difficult but a very important part of the world.
The president says the U.S. will lead a diplomatic effort to promote stability in Iraq and will also play a support role.
We will be prepared to take targeted and precise military action if and when we determine that the situation on the ground requires it.
U.S. fighter jets are now flying surveillance missions across Iraq, gathering intelligence and searching for armed militants. Stewart believes we are in this situation because of the way we left a few years ago.
We were unable or unwilling to create this status of forces agreements with Iraqis that would have allowed us to keep soldiers there to prevent a situation like we've seen develop over the last week.
Now he fears we are following the same path in Afghanistan.
We're following the same rules, and how could we not expect a similar outcome? We've pre-announced that we're leaving, that we're taking our soldiers out. We're not leaving a force structure there sufficient to protect a huge country like Afghanistan.
The U.S. will send up to 300 military advisors to help Iraqi security forces, but President Obama insists forces will not return to combat from the United States. Stewart agrees that would be too costly at this point. He does support, however, the use of air power, drone strikes, and even special forces. Live in the newsroom, Glenn Mills, Good for Utah.